Hello, beautiful Sagittarius. Thank you for being here. This is Lighthouse 36, and my name is Jaden. I'm doing a singles love reading today for the Sagittarius Collective. Please be sure to give this channel some love. Like, share, subscribe, and comment. If you're not comfortable commenting words, just leave a heart emoji in the comments. It's really appreciated. It really helps this channel to grow. Okay, let's get on with the good stuff, Sagittarius. Spirit, what messages do you have for the Sagittarius Collective for May 2026 in terms of love? What love messages do you have for Sagittarius for May 2026, please? Base chakra, that's your root chakra. That's your foundation, your sense of safety, security, stability. What other messages do you have, Spirit, for Sagittarius? Temptation. That's the equivalent of the Devil card in the tarot. What other messages do you have for Sagittarius? Disruption and your solar plexus. Solar plexus, that is your point of power. Okay, one more, Spirit. One more, please. Patience. Okay, let's get some clarifiers. Oh, too many, Spirit. Way too many. One fell on the floor, so I'm going to take that one. Just give me a minute while I find it. Okay, you've got the Empress here. Clarifying the root chakra. Can you give me one more clarifier, Spirit, for root chakra, please? Oh, gave me two. Okay. We've got the Two of Pentacles and the Seven of Cups. Okay, please clarify temptation, the Devil energy. Oh my goodness, they're just jumping out. We've got the Three of Pentacles, death. Oh, I think this is way too many, Spirit. Okay, we'll take those two. Okay. Okay, we'll take one more for death, please, Spirit. One more for death, please. One more for death. Yeah, Three of Swords. Okay, please clarify disruption and solar plexus. Please clarify disruption and solar plexus. Too many, Spirit, please. Disruption and solar plexus. Oh my goodness. Spirit really, really wants to communicate with you. It's too many, Spirit, please. Too many for this reading. Please clarify disruption and solar plexus. Okay, we've got two. Perfect. Judgment and strength. Okay. One more, please. One more clarification card for disruption and solar plexus. The stars. Okay. And patience. One clarifier for patience, please. Yeah. The sun. Okay, thank you so much, Spirit. I really, really appreciate it. I'm just going to take a few deep breaths here and connect with these cards and more deeply with Spirit. Please bear with me. Thank you, Spirit. Excuse me. The first thing that I see here is that you, and please don't shoot the messenger. This is a collective reading, so it may not resonate with you. Just take what resonates with you, leave the rest, and perhaps this reading just isn't for you, and it's for a small portion of Sagittarius. But I just need to, give the messages that I'm seeing here as I interpret them, and just trust in myself and trust in spirit. So the first message that I see is there's some root chakra work and some solar plexus work that needs to be done. You're feeling very unstable right now, like you're experiencing instability. Where did I see the Three of Swords? Three of Swords energy here. Two of Pentacles. So balance is needed. Your world needs to be brought back into balance, okay? And the only way you're going to do this is by taking a little bit of time out and working on yourself. This could be journaling. This could be through prayer. This could be through energetic healing work, or even speaking to a professional counselor of some sort. It will help you a lot. And what to work on. So your root chakra usually has to do with your childhood, and feeling unstable, like experiencing instability, not feeling safe and secure. The solar plex chakra, that's all about your power. So feeling disempowered right now, okay? Feeling disempowered, and possibly the need to call all your power back to you. What I like to say is, I call all my power back to me, purified and energized. This is a really good affirmation for working on your solar plexus. I call all my power back to me, purified and energized. I call all my power back to me, purified and energized. You can say that 3 times. 3 is the number of giving birth to something. A lot, this may stem from your childhood, having your power taken away from you, experiencing instability. It could be related to your childhood, because I see here children. There's children in this one as well. Let me see with and there's a child here with the base chakra, the Empress. Now the Empress is all about using her intuition. And you were probably a very intuitive child. But the things that you experienced around you made you feel like you couldn't trust your intuition. And I'll give you an example of this. Like here we have a mother or a woman who, is caring for this child and helping them, even though they've had a difficult time. They're hurting. The child's smiling because the adult is there, being a responsible adult. This is a healthy relationship. But as a child, perhaps, this is an extreme example. Trigger warning. It could be, for example, say there's a physically abusive or even emotionally and verbally abusive parent in the house, okay? He or she is yelling at you, yelling at your siblings, yelling at the other parent, okay? And something inside of you, your intuition is telling you, this is wrong. We need to get out of this situation. And you tell the parent who's being yelled at, this, and they say to you, no, just be quiet, you're going to make it worse. So you learn not to trust your instincts. You learn not to trust your intuition. Um, it's just like, say you were little and you were crying over something, and your parent says, "Why are you crying? It's no big deal. Like you're so emotional." Um, it's these kinds of messages that cause you not to trust your intuition. So something when you were a child caused you not to trust your intuition. It could have even been as you became a teenager and an adult. Um, it may have just been a continuation, a repeated pattern from the past. It could be something new where you got in a relationship, you thought this was going to be forever, and the person broke up with you. And like, you're like, oh, I can't trust how I feel. Like, how could I have been so wrong? This sort of thing. Okay. So I see here that there's a need to bring yourself into balance. You've just got too much going on, and you need to take some time out to connect with the inner child, to connect with your root chakra, to heal your root chakra. And here, the Seven of Cups, once you start doing that, you start dreaming about all the options out there. Once you heal your root chakra, you start, when it's like before, you didn't realize that you could heal your life. You kind of felt the devil energy here, like you're stuck in a certain pattern and there's nothing you can do about it. This is just life. But you're starting to realize when you work on that root chakra, okay, that you actually do have choices. There are a lot of options that can open up to you. Um, maybe your vision for yourself was limited because of the circumstances that you grew up with. For example, this is just an example. Maybe you grew up very poor, and you just thought, well, there's no way that I can be rich. There's just no way that that's possible. How would I become rich? Like, look where I come from. Or the blaming of the parents. Like, yes, you can blame your parents for certain things, but at some point you become an adult and you only have yourself. You have to stop blaming your parents and work on yourself. So you start feeling not so stuck. There's options that open up to you once you start working on this root chakra. Um, uh, you start to feel more stable. You start to feel more secure. The devil energy, it makes you feel stuck, like you don't have options. And suddenly you're like laughing at the devil. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, I do have options. I'm not stuck. You just make me feel like I'm stuck, but I'm not stuck. Um, So here's that Three of Swords energy, that feeling of being stuck, like, what am I going to do? But it starts to heal once you start working on this root chakra. And there's an end. There's an end to all of this pain. Okay? Um, you put an end to it. It's really corny. Like, you weren't really locked in the prison. Yes, you were locked in the prison, but you had the key to set yourself free all along. I can't believe I'm saying that. It's such a corny thing to say, but that's exactly what happens. And so there's an end that comes because of all this, an end to this instability, to this insecurity, to these repeated patterns from your childhood. Okay? And Three of Pentacles. You start focusing here on what you love, just going by the picture here. It's a blank canvas, and you're painting something new for yourself, okay? And you could be reaching out to a community for help. So again, this could be an energetic healer and or a counselor, to your spiritual team. There, you start to surround yourself. You're not so alone in the world anymore. You surround yourself with people that really care. Just like what I was saying here with the Empress, this woman's healthy. She really cares. This is what your parents should have done when you were young. So now you're finding a circle, a community, a circle of friends, or a community, or helpers, or even just your spiritual team. Now you're getting the help that you should have gotten when you were a child and you didn't. So this is very beautiful. Now as this reading goes on, yes, work on your solar plex chakra for sure, but I'm actually getting a new interpretation, or a second interpretation of this. When you start doing this healing work, okay, you're disrupting the patterns, this devil energy of you being stuck. You're disrupting old patterns, and you're starting to feel more empowered. And you'll work on your solar plex chakra, and it will continue. You'll continue to feel more empowered. You start disrupting things here. The I forget what it's called, the neurons in your brain, or receptors. Like, you're starting to give your brain a different messages. Instead of disempowerment, it's messages of empowerment. So this starts to affect your solar plex chakra, and you'll work on this as well. And you have the strength to do so. You're going to go the distance. Look at that. You're going to go the distance. And then there's the Judgment card, okay? The Judgment card is karma. Good karma coming your way, okay? You're rising. Like, it's almost like rising like the phoenix, and good things are going to start happening as kind of a reward for you identifying this issue and working on yourself. Congratulations, Sagittarius. This is amazing. So you've got good karma coming your way as a sort of reward for what's going on here. And wishes will start to come true. Wow. Wishes will start to come true. Just beautiful. You're being rewarded. Now be patient with this healing. You don't just go for one session and everything's good, okay? It may take a little while, but if you're patient, if you stay committed and you continue, you follow through, there is great rewards coming your way, great karma, wishes coming true. And I mean, this is one of the happiest cards in the tarot deck. The sun will be shining on you. There's wish fulfillment here. There's happiness. There's joy. Look at this new community that you've surrounded yourself with. These people who care about you and love you. Just beautiful, Sagittarius. I'm just sending you a big, big virtual hug, because I know this journey is not easy. I have been there myself. So I understand. Okay, let's get some oracle cards, please, Spirit. What other messages do you have for the Sagittarius collective, whoever this message is for? What else do you want them to know, or any confirmations, please? Okay. Yes, yes, yes. This is exactly what I was talking about here. I just didn't use the word, but you learn to reparent yourself, okay? Um, you didn't, you know, you weren't parented in the healthiest of ways. So you're basically learning to reparent yourself, okay? Connecting with your inner child, doing that inner child work and reparenting your inner child or inner children. Oh my goodness, that's so beautiful. I love when the readings come full circle like this. And one last oracle card for Sagittarius, please, Spirit. One last oracle card for Sagittarius, please. One last oracle card for Sagittarius, please. There we go. Okay, let's see what we have here. Soulmate. This is a love reading after all. Your soulmate is already with you in spirit. Believe this, they will manifest physically. Okay, this is just beautiful because this is a love reading. So what Spirit's trying to tell you here is do this healing work. I mean, you're wishing for love. You're wishing to be loved, to have a beautiful, healthy relationship. Someone who loves you just as much as you love them. And here, with good karma, wishes coming true, and the sun shining on you, I'm sure that part of this is going to be a soulmate. That's what Spirit's telling you. I've said it in a few other readings, like attracts like. When you do this healing, okay, and you disrupt your current system, belief system, your energy is going to rise, okay? And as a result, you will attract someone with the same energy. Right now, you can only attract people who have the same level of energy that you do. So it's going to be people with root chakra issues, solar plex issues, solar plex chakra issues, so issues with stability, issues with security, issues with safety, issues surrounding disempowerment. Okay, that's who you're going to attract to you. Do this healing work. You will attract the person. Be patient, remember. You will attract the soulmate that you're looking for. And because you've raised your energy, you'll attract someone whose energy has also been raised, who's, the same as you. I hope that makes sense. Thank you so much, Sagittarius. I really enjoyed doing your reading. You're not alone. I've been on this journey myself, a similar journey, so I completely understand. But this reading's not about me, it's about you. And hopefully I've guided you sufficiently here. Hopefully Spirit's guided you sufficiently. And good luck. I wish you all the very best on your healing journey. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.